Right at the heart of family life, there's this thing we all kind of see as a burden: chores. But what if I told you that these daily tasks are actually the most powerful teaching tool we have? Today, we're going to look at how we can turn that ordinary grind into something, well, truly extraordinary.
I mean, this probably sounds super familiar, right? That daily whirlwind of parenting. It's this beautiful, chaotic dance of a million tiny acts that can just blur together. It is so easy to get lost in the sheer volume of it all.
So that brings us to a really crucial question. If kids learn from what we repeat day in and day out, what are our routines? The endless laundry, setting the table, picking up toys, what are they actually teaching them? Turns out it's a lot more than you might think.
We tend to think of learning as something that happens at school, in a classroom. But really, the first and most important classroom is the home. In all those small, repetitive rituals we do, well, that's where life's biggest lessons truly start to take root.
Okay, here's a powerful shift in perspective for you. When we ask our kids to help, it's not really about getting the job done faster. Let's be honest, it's usually slower. It's about sharing our presence. It's about showing them through action that love often just looks like taking care of things, our space, our stuff, and each other.
So let's dig into this. Let's get specific. What exactly is this hidden wisdom we're talking about? What's hiding in that laundry basket or at the bottom of the kitchen sink? There are some seriously profound life lessons just waiting to be uncovered in these simple, everyday tasks.
First up, let's talk about patience. In a world that runs on now, instant downloads, immediate replies, chores offer this quiet little rebellion. They're actually a powerful and, frankly, necessary antidote to the constant rush.
Just think about it for a second. Our kids are growing up with one-click rewards and skip ad buttons everywhere they look. But chores? They have their own rhythm, their own tempo. You can't rush them. They teach a different, more grounded pace. This idea that some things just require slow, deliberate care.
And this is so important because patience isn't something we can just explain in a lecture. It has to be felt. By actually doing these unhurried tasks, kids get to experience what patience feels like in their own bodies. It turns an abstract idea into a real, lived habit.
Okay, next up, responsibility. We all want our kids to be responsible, right? But it doesn't just happen one day with some big future goal. It's built slowly, step by step, right here at home with all the small stuff. So whether it's making their bed in the morning or feeding the cat, every little task they complete teaches accountability. They start to see a direct link between their own effort and a good outcome. And this plants a really powerful seed of belief inside them. Hey, I'm capable. I can take care of things.
Now for a surprising one, mindfulness. We usually associate it with sitting still, maybe meditating, but you can find it in the most active, routine moments of your day.
And that's the whole point, isn't it? When a child is washing dishes, they can feel the warm water on their hands, hear the clink of the plates. It brings them right into the present moment. They learn that they don't have to wait for everything to be perfect and quiet to feel calm. They can actually create that feeling of purpose right where they are. That's a priceless skill. And finally, let's talk about gratitude. How do we even teach that? It's not through lectures about how lucky they are. Nope. It's through participation.
I just love this idea. It's so powerful. When a kid helps clear the table after dinner or folds their own laundry, they get a real, tangible appreciation for the effort that goes into it. The chore itself becomes a kind of thank you note, but it's one that's written through action. It's gratitude in motion.
Of course, there's always a catch, right? When kids help, it often gets, messy. It's definitely slower, and it's for sure imperfect. That can be tough for us as parents. But this right here, this is where the real gift is hiding.
And this is the absolute key. We have to let go of perfection. Just forget the perfectly folded t-shirt or the crumb-free counter. The real goal is the shared experience, the process of learning how to do it together.
So, how do we actually do that? Well, we embrace the mess. We praise the effort they're putting in, not the final result. We laugh when the flour spills all over the floor. And maybe most importantly, we show them that making mistakes isn't a failure, it's just part of learning. I mean, that's a lesson worth way more than any perfectly made bed.
Because, when all is said and done, when our children look back, they aren't going to remember if the house was spotless. They're going to remember how it felt.
They'll remember the simple things, those little sensory moments. The feeling of warmth and connection that comes from laughing together in the kitchen, even if you totally burned the cookies.
They'll remember that peaceful rhythm of working side by side, turning what could be a boring chore into a quiet ritual of just being together. Ultimately, all these small, repeated acts of care are what weave the fabric of a home. This is how they learn what love is, not as some grand gesture, but as something steady, ordinary, and deeply, deeply reliable.
So the next time you're facing that mountain of laundry, maybe just take a breath. The most important lesson you'll ever teach might be waiting for you right there. Because the extraordinary, it was never hiding somewhere far away. It was right there, in the ordinary, all along.